Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Off the Charts, episode 81. Today, I have my good friend Steff. I've known this guy 91
91?
because of Rat and Roll.
Probably,
Yeah. So because of Rat and Roll. So I met this guy working at Loeb, and we've had a band together. We've worked together. We've played hockey together. He's a huge, probably the biggest Motley Crue fan that I know. And he kind of got me not interested, but reinvested in Motley Crue. Because I don't think I had much albums at the time of them.
I don't think so, no.
So, anyway, this guy, the Motley Crue guy. So what we decided to do is do our an album ranking of the band Motley Crue. He loves Motley Crue. I like Motley Crue there. He loves them. So we'll do our least favorites to our favorites. If you want to chime in for why you're putting this album there or that album there, whatever, go ahead. There's no laws here.
No rules?
No rules. There you go. Yeah.
All right.
So before we start off, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. He's been talking about to his friends also about this channel there, so much appreciated. So why don't you start off with your least favorite, I guess, or whatever. So number 9.
All right, but before we start, let's do a little cheer for Dan's show.
Thank you. Cheers. And there you go.
Oh, metal.
I tried it with a beer can once, and it's not the same there.
All right. So my number 9, and like Dan said, I love Motley Crue. So these albums for me are all 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Like there's no dud in that catalog. So my number 9 would be Generation Swine. When this album came out, I was really excited and very curious because Vince was back, and I was really looking forward to the new sound because pretty much every Motley album kind of sounds different.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like this album. A lot of good songs. The few things that I'm not crazy about are the Tommy Lee song and the Nikki Sixx song, and also the guitar tone at some parts. They sound like a 90s U2-ish kind of guitar sound, which I'm not too crazy about.
Glitter,
yeah. So
I actually like Glitter. So.
But yeah, it's actually written with Bryan Adams.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right.
But songs like Afraid and Generation Swine and Anybody Out There, Let Us Pray, those are all, and A Rat Like Me is actually one of my favorite on this album. So Generation Swine at number 9 for me.
All right, so I guess I'll do my number 9, which is Generation Swine.
And we did not compare.
No, we have not. We have not talked about our choices here. I remember, man, we were at Loeb and we heard Afraid, which I love. I love Afraid. And then find myself, Afraid is great, I find. Glitter's not bad. Let Us Pray, was that not the one that you said that must have been recorded for Personality number 9?
And I'm sure that there's John Corabi backing vocals in there.
But Brandon, I'm like that. That is my least favorite Motley Crue. I just don't listen to this one anymore. I listened to it a lot when it came out, and then but you listen to the other discography and you're like, I tend to myself go back to other albums that I know and love, I guess there. So to me, also my least favorite. I think he likes it more than I do. But Rocket, I forget. Like anyway, it's okay. It did not age well. Let me put it that way. But this was the beginning of Vince when he came back after being canned, or depends who you ask, I guess there. So number 9, Generation Swine.
I think you can put that in the category of our bands that were trying something new in the 90s. You got like your Def Leppards, everybody was trying to fit in or do something new in the 80s.
Carnival of Soul.
Carnival of Souls.
Acid Monkey.
Bullet Boys, yeah. Next.
All right, number 8.
Number 8 for me would be Saints of Los Angeles. This again, I really like. There's not really a song on there that I don't like. What I do not like about this album is I know they wanted to write all about the dirt, and I find that some songs it didn't come natural. It's too, what's the word I'm looking for?
Forced.
It's too forced. Exactly.
Okay, I'm not. Girls equals trouble.
Yeah.
Sounds like a forced chorus, right? Because
Yeah.
because it's the name of a chapter in
Yeah.
the book. Yes, I thought the exact same thing, and we didn't fucking talk about this here before. So
And also, I find this album doesn't sound like a band. It sounds like 4 different people exchanging demos and stuff like that, and not recording together. It just sounds very not together. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that would be my number 9. But still, I really number 8. Sorry, but still, I really enjoy this album. But those are the things.
I'll
that
add
I'm
more
not-
when that one shows up for my album review there. So number 8 for me would be New Tattoo. At first, again, I loved the album when it first came out, and I actually have the DVD of that concert when with the whole drummer Samantha
Samantha
Malloy.
Malloy, yeah.
Great show. I love this. Hell on a High Hill is a great show. New Tattoo, I actually like that song a lot. Drag Ship Superstar. First Band on the Moon, kind of dumb title there. Punch and Deep by Love. You know what? I there's not a bad song on this. It's just, if I want to listen to some Crew, this is probably, again, that and Generation Swine is probably the 2 albums that I will skip to. But again, I think there's some great songs on this. Was a good attempt to get back to what they sounded like there. But I remember a guy from work I used to work with, he's like, he did not find this original at all. And I was arguing. I'm like, no, it's actually pretty good. Then, like, of course, this was made in 2000 and...
2000.
2000?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. 2000. And 22 years later, I could see what he meant. But, I mean, it took a long while for me to... Anyway, I don't find there's a bad song. This is just not true Crew. This was the one with like the Aussie drummer there that's dead there.
Randy Castillo.
Randy Castillo. Yeah. I'm not going to get into they lied because they'll never make an album without the 4 original members. My favorite band's Kiss, and we all know there are bullshit stories too there. So a good album is a good album there. It's good. I don't find it original. That's my thing for New Tattoo. So there you go. New Tattoo, number 8 for me.
All right, so number 7 would be for me, New Tattoo. I actually really like this album, and I know this may sound a little crazy, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of AC/DC Flick of the Switch. Not in sound, just in...
It went...
It just feels like 4 guys in a room just jamming on some good rock and roll and not caring what's a single, what's not. Just that's the feeling I have when I listen to this album.
I do like the cover of White Punks on Dope.
Yep.
Whoever is that's from there, do you know who it is?
No.
No, okay. Yeah.
No.
If you guys know, let us know in the
Yeah.
comments. I've heard it. I went and listened to it actually less than a month ago. Could not tell you who it is.
And yeah, just like you said, for the live show for the DVD, great show. I remember seeing this in Toronto, and with
You saw the tour?
yep,
Oh, why?
I think Megadeth opened
Really?
for Risk.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know about this. Hey, tabarnak. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite. No.
So yeah, number 7, New Tattoo.
Really? You saw that show?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's cool though. With his Samantha Malloy?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Look at this guy. none of my they never came over here for that. I don't know.
No,
You're the
no.
first person I know that actually went and saw the tour.
I know it was in Toronto at the where we saw like Poison and stuff like that. What's that place?
Oh, the
called?
Molson Amphitheater.
Yeah, yeah.
Really? Mate, on that. Okay. We're at number 7 now?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go with Girls, Girls, Girls. Now, before anybody shoots me down on the comments, there's a reason I'm putting this, and I've told him about it.
That's the one I told you we would.
Yeah, probably. This is the one we're going to have an argument about there? Yeah. Okay. I compare this to Animalize. Okay, I find it's an album that's very well camouflaged with probably their best song. I find is one of their best songs. Wild Side for me is like a wow moment. Girls, Girls, Girls is good. Girls, Girls is great. Dancing on Glass is good. Bad Boy Boogie and Nona, it's okay. 5 Years Dead, good. All in the Name of Something for Nothing. No. You're All I Need is good. Jailhouse Rock. I'm like, I couldn't. So again, why do I compare this to Animalize? Animalize has 9 songs. This one has 10 songs, which 2 of them, like Nona, I don't really count that as a song. And Jailhouse Rock, I'm like, did you really run out of material and put a live cover on? Anyway, I do like the album. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't find it deserves the praise that it should be given there. But of course, now he's going to have this comeback and a half there. You understand why I don't like it, though, like, as much?
Yes, but let's say for me, I do really like Dancing on Glass and Bad Boy Boogie and All in the Name and 5 Years Dead. And if your issue is the cover of Jailhouse Rock and the little guitar fling of Nona, there's another very popular album from Motley that also had only 8 songs with a cover and a little guitar fluff that we'll definitely go back to later. But I'll talk more when it.
Okay. And anyway, I don't hate the album there. By all no means there. It's still, what are we, number 7 now? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm putting Girls, Girls, Girls here as my number 7. Like I said, I've mentioned this actually on my channel before. Why? But again, it's just one of those not enough songs and great songs to so-so songs. I like Something for Nothing to me is like, man.
That one I'll give to you. I'm not crazy about that one.
But anyway, that's my opinion for that. So Girls, Girls, Girls. Mind you, I wish I had seen the tour for this. I did not.
Yes.
So
with Whitesnake was very.
Well, it was more for the drum thing there.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw the video for Wild Side. I was like, oh my god, it's so cool. And of course, I missed it. So anyway.
All right.
Number 6 now. Yeah.
Before I show the album, I just want to make something clear. One, this was my favorite album of '94. It's one of my favorite albums of the '90s. But here, I'll just show it. So it's the Motley with John Corabi. I love this album. I just find when you rank them in the Motley style, I find this one will go a little lower. But as an album itself, and I think you mentioned that in one of your
Couple
shows
of episodes ago,
that
yeah.
I was one that said that they should have changed names for this album. Not that it would have sold more copies, just the fact that. But
a lot of people actually said that in the comments.
Oh yeah,
that they should have changed, but I don't know. I have a hard time with changing the name. I don't think it would have been a better move.
Yeah, but just as a kind of like a side project or
would
something.
you have bought that if it was another band name? That was my question to the people. Would you have bought this album if it was Nikki Sixx's project called, let's say?
If I would have seen on Power Hour or whatever when they showed Hooligans Holiday.
Because I fucking loved Hooligans Holiday when it came out. I fucking loved it. But I remember when I went to see you and I was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? But it's because you kind of pushed me to reliking it more. But it aged very well, I find.
Yeah.
It aged very well. But I bought it because of Hooligan's Holiday and because it was Motley Crue, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, would I have bought it if it was the Scream 2? You know what I mean?
Did you
man?
know the Scream before this, or you kind of?
I probably knew about it when he got hired as the singer for Motley Crue. I didn't know the Scream. You introduced me to that because this
Going
came
to
out.
be the new,
We were, yeah.
So yeah, number 6, Motley Crue, but like I said, that's why.
I'll chime more when it's mine there. So number 6 for me, yeah.
Yep.
Theater of Pain. I don't know why people hate this album that much. City Boy Blues is great. Fight for Your Right. Okay, this is not the right order, by the way. As I'm reading this, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna. Fight for Your Right is a freaking good song. Probably one of the better ones on this. Home Sweet Home. You know what? It is what it is. It's a great ballad. End of story. Keep Your Eye on the Money is decent. Louder Than Hell. I don't know why that's the song they keep playing live off of this album. Not that I hate Louder Than Hell. But, why is this the one that you guys keep representing on your tours? Raise Your Hands to Rock. Don't mind that one. Save Our Souls is okay. Smoking in the Boys' Room. You know what? That's the first Motley Crue video I saw. Tonight We Need a Lover. Nobody talks about that song. I fucking love that song. And Use It or Lose It, I like it too. I have no problem with this album at all. It just it is my 6th favorite there. I have no problem with this one here. I like it. Do you?
Very much.
So that's my number 6, Theater of Pain.
All right, so my
and of course he saw that tour live too, right?
Yes, with Y&T that was opening.
Wow.
So we're 5 now.
Yeah.
So my number 5 would be Theater of Pain. I love this album. I remember buying it when it came out and following the album that came before. The first time I heard City Boy Blues, I was kind of like, whoa, this is different. And then as you go along and then you hit Home Sweet Home, you're kind of like, okay, they've changed a bit. And of course, even looking at the 2 covers, when you look at Shout at the Devil and Theater of Pain, you're kind of like, okay, this band likes to do different things. So, but yeah, pretty much all the songs that you, I love Keep Your Eye on the Money, Louder Than Hell, Use It or Lose It. Save Our Soul is the one that I'm not too crazy about. I do like the fact that it's in the Demons movie. No? Okay.
Pascal might know that one. He probably owns that 3 copies of the Italian bootleg version or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway.
Do you like Tonight We Need a Lover?
Oh, yeah.
I love that song. Yeah. Nobody talks about that one, I find.
I think I do like City Boy Blues, but yeah, City Boy Blues and Save Our Soul would probably be the 2 least ones on this, but still very, very good crew.
Cool. So we're number 5, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going with this one, Saints of Los Angeles. When this came out, I was like, okay, there you go. And I actually listened to it like less than a month ago. I was like, man, this album actually aged very well. The only Saints of Los Angeles, the riff is a little rip-off of, is it Shout at the Devil? It's a little, I'm like, come on, guys. Like that's my only beef about this album. But Face Down in the Dirt, what's it gonna take? I love that song.
Yeah.
Down at the Whiskey, I love that that song, Saints of Los Angeles. Motherfucker of the Year, I'm not a big swearing fan, first of all, there, but The Animal in Me, blah. Just Another Psycho. Again, Chicks Equals Trouble, that's the one I thought, just Chicks Equals Trouble. I mean, it doesn't fucking rhyme. It doesn't fit in. Anyway, I just find it forced too there. White Trash Circus, that's another great one too. Going Out Swinging, I thought this was a great comeback album. If they end their career on this, I think this is it would end on a good high. So for me, number 5 would be Saints of Los Angeles. Surprised I have this on vinyl.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
It was not easy to find. I'm
looking at it, and it's kind of like.
It's not easy to find, but it exists. It's an official copy there. So number 5.
All right, number 4, I will go with Girls, Girls, Girls. I personally love this album, and I understand your beef with it. And I'm a Kiss fan too, but I would never compare it to Animalize.
No, it's one of my least favorite Kiss albums too. There, so.
But like I said before, like songs that are not like the singles or the well-known songs like Dancing on Glass and Bad Boy Boogie and like All in the Name of, that's a great song.
I think it's a very good song, like great, but no. That's me.
But
is that Something for Nothing? Is that on that?
Yeah, that's the one. I'm okay.
And Nona, I was like, yeah. Okay, anyway, we'll talk about the fluff one. I'm just curious to see what the hell one you're talking about for the
okay.
cover.
So
I seriously thought it was Theater of Pain you were going to mention. I'm like,
oh no.
Anyway, go on there.
So yeah, number 4, Girls, Girls, Girls.
All right.
That was oh yeah, we did talk about that tour. Okay.
Yes, he saw that tour. Who was that with that YNT?
White Snake.
White Snake. Which one's the one with? Is it Shout that was Accept?
Accept.
Okay.
Yeah, for Balls to the Wall.
Yeah, I do listen when this guy talks. Number 4. Yeah.
Yep. For you.
Number 4, Too Fast for Love. Ask me how I liked this album 10, 15 years ago. It would probably be one of my last ones. It's actually grown on me a lot. Like side 1, Live Wire, Come On and Dance is okay there. Public Enemy, number 1, I love. Merry Go Round and Round is probably the weakest one of the album, in my opinion. Take Me to the Top is great. Piece of Your Action is great. That's the one they played on the tour too for the new tattoo there. That's where I was like, wow, that song was actually very good. It was on a Decade of Decadence too, if I remember correctly. Starry Eyes, we played that at my for my new band there, and you're like, you played that song?
Oh yeah, of all the songs, you played that song?
Yeah, Too Fast for Love. Anyway, I guess they say it. I don't feel the punk theme in there. They say it's no. Probably because I never listened to punk. I wouldn't know how to. A punk, it would not. If it would hit me in the square in the face, I probably would not recognize it. That's what I'm trying to say here. But anyway, my point is, 10, 15 years when I first heard it, I was like, I did not like this album at all. But it grew on me, and I think it aged very well with time. And I'm putting this as my number 4, Too Fast for Love, and On With the Show's another one too. So yeah, that's my number 4.
Good choice. Number 3, I will go with Dr. Feelgood. I love this album. I think this album sounds great. I don't know if it's just me, but I find this album
sounds very good.
Really good.
Yeah. Bob Rock, right?
Bob Rock, yeah. And it's funny because this album contains my favorite Motley song and my least favorite Motley song of all time. And
can I guess your least favorite?
Yeah.
Without You?
Oh, yeah.
I fucking hate that song.
Oh my God. Funny story. I remember skipping the afternoon in high school to go drive into Ottawa with my friend Peter to go pick this up. And on our way back, he either his tape deck didn't work or he didn't have a tape deck in his Chevy, his little Chevy, whatever. So I, as he was driving, I was reading him the lyrics, and we were trying to figure out, okay, how do you think this song's gonna sound like?
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty funny, and it was very like we couldn't wait to get home to just listen to it, because at that time we only heard Dr. Feelgood from the
Power Hour
video. And
I talked about that on my channel the other day. It was like the next day at school, everybody's like, did you hear the new Motley Crue song? Everybody was like, really, like that introduction. But another funny story for this. Do you remember when my dad used to drive us to hockey and this album was in the tape deck and the cops, and then my dad's like, is there a cop following me? And it was, what is the beginning? TNT?
Terror in
Tinseltown. Terror in Tinseltown. Like, no, Dad, it's a friggin' song. But I got lots of gem stories about my dad with his tape deck and all that there. But that's one of them. We were going to hockey, and he's like, he thought he was being chased by a cop, and it was the Motley Crue album being playing there. So
That, or I remember when you said, I think I had lent you some Motley Crue videotapes or something, and then you said, "Holy shit, that's the first time I hear Mick Mars talk. The only time was during Dr. Feelgood."
that and ladies and
I'm on my
gentlemen.
way.
Yeah, I'm on my way for the friggin' home suit. I had never heard Mick Mars talk. It was what the hell video was that? Was it the making of?
There was uncensored.
No, it was it was the for that album, the whole bunch of videos and interviews of his VHS tape.
Yeah, I think it's just Dr. Feelgood.
Okay, well then that was the one there. Yeah, 'cause that's the one where he's explaining there. Vince there, he had a party in his backyard, and his parents while he's playing pool, or
that was.
or Mick Mars is playing pool. I forget. That's the video I'm talking about.
Okay.
And it's in there where Mick Mars is talking. I'm like, that's how he sounds like. All right, that's your number three, right?
Yep.
So my number three, Motley Crue with John Corabi. So I talked about this on my channel before. I don't think I was with you. I was in college when I went and bought this, and I'm listening. The first time I listened to it, I was like, wow, no. But I'm the kind of guy who will, if it's one of my better bands, I'm going to give you a chance after chance after chance. The only thing, like, I love this album. Like, I can, even the friggin' extra tractor.
Yeah.
What was it? You had, if you bought this, you had to mail it out for the quaternary. What was the deal with that again?
Yeah, you just bought the album and then sent.
Extra money, but you had to buy this album to get quaternary, if I remember.
Yeah, because there was a little sticker or something that you had to mail,
Okay.
and then.
That was great too.
Yeah.
Good. It just flopped. But I'm not. I know you like your Motley Crue. Why do people like Vince Neil's voice versus this guy's voice? This guy's voice is much better. I know it doesn't sound like Crue, but after all the jokes you see on social media about his panting across the stage and only singing half, why? And people were making fun of Vince Neil back, not as much as now there, but why did this flop when the singer's actually that much better? I find not doesn't sound the same at all. I know that it's not real Motley Crue, but again, like you said, each album does not sound the same. Also, the new singer law or unwritten law that you're not supposed to like any. I know this actually aged very well. I love this album. Did not at first. I gave it a chance because it was a Motley Crue album, and to add what I was saying earlier, I don't think I would have bought this had it not been. It's not my style of music, really. It's just because it's grown on me all these years, and I appreciate. I'm like, when Nikki Sixx says, "Okay, Misunderstood" was a masterpiece. At first, I was like, whatever. It's a great fucking song. I love that. That's a great, well-structured song. There's the what the hell is the Smoke the Sky. Apparently, that's a Galactic Cowboys riff, exactly note for note. I don't know what the song is, but you tell me in the comments, guys. There, but I don't know. I love this. I love this album. It's actually grown on me a lot over the years. So I'm putting this as my third favorite, believe it or not. And I know a lot of people do like this one, or they like it as much as they hate it.
Yeah.
So it's a very half and half. But again, my question to you: why you care that this you didn't like the change of this, but you keep making fun of Vince Neil's vocals? But this guy was much better vocalist. Was it the album sucked or whatever? I don't know. That's how I see it these days. And right now, Vince Neil is taking a fucking beating.
For sure.
On social media. It's like, but I don't know. You tell me. Motley Crue, my number 3.
Now, can I add a bonus question
Yes.
to that album? Do you prefer the Motley Crue album or the first Vince Neil solo album?
The Expose a lot. It's more my style of music. It's more my style of music.
Yeah.
But the second one, no.
No.
But the first Vince Neil album is very, very good. Love it. No, it's. I probably get why people didn't want to buy it at the time. But it's kind of. people are starting to accept it a little bit more these days, I find. But it's the vocal part that bugs me. Is like why people, I guess people don't like change. Like why that was Sammy Hagar okay, but like John Corabi not. Is it because of the singer that people don't like the album? Was it because that was that much of a drastic change? But again, think about it. The first one apparently is punk. The second one is like what, hard rock verging on metal. Third one is glam rock. The fourth one is like blues, rock and roll verging on hard rock. I guess the fifth one is
just plain hard rock.
Commercial hard rock. There you go. And then this one is probably like. There's a little bit of Alice in Change-ish in there, but it's like more heavy, more serious for a Motley Crue. But again, it's a different style. So, I don't know. That's... I'm putting it as my number 3. It's actually aged very well, I find. And, that's it.
Number 2. Number 2 for me would be Too Fast for Love. I was introduced to Motley with the album that came after that, but I remember watching. I had Shout at the Devil, and I was watching Friday night Good Rocking Tonight
with Terry David Mulligan at the time.
At the time, and they were having interviews with Motley, and then they showed. Looks That Kill, and then they showed Livewire, and I looked at the screen and I was like, oh my god, this song's amazing. It's not on Shout at the Devil. Where is it from? So I went to get Too Fast for Love, and I just loved it. I like how I understand when you say you don't understand the punk, but I would call it more maybe aggression. Like I like it's very raw and like just.
Did you at the time? Did you get the original version or the?
I had the one with
Toast on a Town.
No. Oh my God.
Is it?
It's on here, yeah. Stick to Your Guns.
Stick to Your Guns, yeah.
Yeah, but it was on tape.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
You still have that?
Letter Records on tape. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, for me, number 2, Too Fast for Love. Great debut. I would put that probably in my 5 top favorite debuts of all time.
Wow, yeah, no. Well, like I said, you heard me. I put it at number 4, I think. And I found it aged very well, I find. But at first when I heard... Because I bought all the Motley Crue pretty much all at one time.
Okay. And sometimes you don't get the chance.
You don't appreciate the evolution of a band when you buy them all at one shot. And when I first heard that, I was like, to me, that was like the weakest album of the 5 the 5 classic ones, I guess, that they called her. So, all right, that's your number 2.
Number 2.
My number 2 is this one here, Dr. Feelgood. What's to say that hasn't been said already on this here? Dr. Feelgood. Again, I said the sort of story like the day after when he wasn't in high school with me, but. I remember talking to this one guy. He's like, "Did you see the new Motley Crue song?" Everybody was like, "Wow!" Like we all talked about it was on a Thursday, so every Thursday was Power Hour. Yeah. So every Friday everybody would talk about all the new videos we saw, and of course this was. And I remember this tour, which I didn't see because not to bash anybody there, but let me put it this way: in this household, you are not pretty much allowed to go see concerts during exams. So the tour for this was during exams, but of course back then you had to buy your tickets pretty much ahead of time. So I remember me and my friend Steff running when we first heard that Motley Crue was coming to Ottawa. We ran to where all the secretaries are, like the main office. We're like, do you guys know what the exams...
the schedule?
The schedules for the exams? I'm like, let's say it was in June. I think this was announced in March or February, the tour. Yeah, we don't have the schedule. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like... And of course, so I didn't get tickets, only to find out that when the exams... Let's say the Motley Crue show was on a Friday. The exams were all done by the Thursday. And I was like, oh, fuck, I missed my chance of that. And anyway, that was my story for Dr. Feelgood. I think you should add something about this tour. Your little...
The time we met them?
Yes.
Okay.
That was a good story. Well, that was one up on me anyway. So anyway, number 2, go on.
Yeah, me and my buddy Peter, his dad got us backstage pass because he knew it was our favorite band, and it was very like there was this guy that grabbed us and he goes, "Okay, just wait into this door, go through this door, turn left, then there's a room, and then wait." And we're all like, "Okay," so we go there and there's maybe 8 people, 10 people. And we waited, and then Nikki Sixx and Vince came in, and they kind of just went on 2 separate sides. So the guys were kind of like, "Okay, let's go, guys, let's do it, let's do this, let's hurry up, we got a plane to catch." Blah blah blah. So I went on the Nikki side and got some stuff signed, and my buddy went on the Vince side, got some pictures done, and like not a chance to say like hi.
So this was after the show?
That was after the show.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I've never heard about. Well, yeah, I guess I have. Go on. Sorry.
That's not the story you're talking about?
No. No. Never mind that. Go on.
Okay. No, that's the story.
But yeah, it like for people out there who have VIP tickets.
Back then.
Well, no, it's still like that. I find those big packages like like big bands like in an arena there. It's all be careful. Like think about if you're going to be buying that VIP package, they're very expensive, and like he said, and I've gone through this. I met Ozzy, Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper wasn't go, but Ozzy was go. Like everybody, like let's go. And the way you're talking about Motley Crue was like let's go, and it's like, well, you can hardly. Like, is it worth the price? I don't know, but that's another episode in itself there. But anyway, that's I did like that story for because he's like, his dad worked in the music biz or
he worked for Panasonic, and I knew he knew the guy that did all the shows, and it's like the story I told you once that you really liked, that we Twisted Sister was coming to Ottawa, and I told my buddy Peter, "Hey, let's go see Twisted Sister. Do you think your dad can get us tickets?" "Oh yeah, for sure." So he asked his dad, and a couple of days later he goes, "I got your tickets." He gave him the tickets. Cyndi Lauper.
You had to tell me that. I completely forgot about that story. This sort of reminds me of
we didn't go to Cyndi Lauper. We did get and it was Twisted Sister and
Mind
Iron
you,
Maiden.
Today you would have probably gone just for the hell of it, just a free ticket. Like,
oh yeah,
I would have went for just to see. I wouldn't tell anybody, but I would have went. Like, did I ever tell you I went to see Katy Perry? I'm telling the freaking world now.
I know why you went to see Katy Perry.
No, actually, it's not for I actually wanted to go see a pop concert. I wanted to see a pop concert to see what the big deal was. And she was the hottest looking one there. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go see that. That was it. I didn't tell anybody until today.
Now.
Until today. Anyway. All right.
Number one.
Yes.
So my number 1 is Shout at the Devil.
Well, I might as well see it too, and then we'll talk about it together. But I got the reissue on vinyl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
Does it have the big, nice. I had that on my wall for the longest time.
So we were supposed to be doing this episode a while ago, and I'm like, I'm waiting for these ones to come into the mail. So anyway, let's talk about...
So this is actually my favorite album of all time.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. This has been... From the moment I heard In the Beginning, there was just something so...
Remember the first time I told you when I heard In the Beginning, what did I say to you?
No.
I scared the crap out of me. I was like, fuck that. And it was like and of course I was like 18, 19 at that time. It was like, you know, when you're going to sleep, I'm like, holy shit, that's creepy as fuck, as hell, man. Anyway, go on.
I thought it gave me the same feeling as when you listen to, let's say, like Number of the Beast. Like, it's got that introduction. And I remember I was in elementary school, and a guy in my class got it from his older brother. And he said, Steff, you got to listen to this. And I put it on the Walkman, of course. And as soon as Shout started, I'm like, okay, you got me. This is... And it's kind of like you look at the cover, and I was a big fan of Kiss back then. It was kind of like, all right, these guys are like, they have makeup, but they don't like. So everything from this album, I love. But to make the point that I wanted to say before, if you take side one, you got God Bless the Children of the Beast, which is a guitar fluff, and you got Helter Skelter, which is a cover, which is the same as Girls, Girls, Girls.
Just looking, I'm just counting 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not counting in the beginning.
Why do I like this bum as much? So what am I giving? It's kind of the same thing as Girls, Girls, Girls. I guess I just find the albums, the songs weaker.
Better.
The song's weaker on Girls,
Yeah.
Girls, Girls. Because, in the beginning, it scared the crap out of me. Shout at the Devil. I'm kind of tired of hearing about it, that one, though. It's a good song. Looks That Kill, probably the best riff of the 80s. Like Tony Martin, Tony Iommi, the riff master.
Okay.
I find that the riff of Looks That Kill, it's... If it could slice cheese, like, it's very, it's menacing. Anyway, Bastard's good. I like it. God Bless the Children of the Beast is good. Helter Skelter, it's not bad. Red Hot is good.
You don't like Red Hot more than that? I like the drums.
Yeah. I like Red Hot. It's Knockin' Dead Kid. I love that song. But nobody loves Danger for some reason. I actually love that song a lot. I heard this other channel do a...
I know, and they put Danger the last...
I know, and I was like, really? They made fun of Children of the Beast, and you must have heard the introduction about Red Hot. On my left is this guy, and I'm like, it sounds like an... all right, it's like, and you're going to introduce all the band. Like, okay, I never thought about it that way, but whatever. But, Danger, I love that song. It's one of my favorite off of this album. I find it still sounds as fresh as it did back then. But that Looks That Kill, that guitar riff is a fucking killer. I love that guitar riff. Love, love, love. And I don't know if I actually told you this at the time, but when I moved here to Orleans, this was all new music, and I knew the word or the name Motley Crue. Had never heard a song. My mom had bought me a blue shirt. Remember back when the shirts were not the white ones, the white sleeves with the black, but there was a lot of iron-ons at the time, and I had a Motley Crue. If I find a picture, I'll send it to you one time. I'm sure there's a picture of me with that shirt, but it was a blue shirt with Motley Crue on it, with the pentagram and those 4 guys, probably. But it was like one of those Walmart ripoffs types of shirt, and I had that. That was my first ever metal hard rock shirt there. But though back in the 80s, remember the white sleeves with the white sleeves came all the way to here, and everybody who smoked had a pack of cigarettes underneath it right here. I had to kiss one of that there too. So anyway, that's my our ranking of Motley Crue. How many times have you? So you've seen them pretty much every tour except the John Corabi one, I guess. And Too Fast for Love.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that would have been nice because apparently they were touring with Kiss.
Opening Kiss, I guess.
But
it was 83, that one?
80. It came out on Letter Records in 81, and then...
Oh, okay, so that's Creatures of the Night?
Creatures of the Night, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
And, I didn't see them... Yeah, for the...
Generation Swine, you didn't see that one?
Didn't see Generation Swine either.
Because I went with you to Montreal for Saints of Los Angeles, I think.
Yeah.
And I think I saw that tour in Ottawa also.
Yeah, they...
Came back.
They did a bunch of... there was a few Crew Fests in there, too. I saw that in Toronto.
I saw that one. Was it Sum 41 and with Joe and Peter?
No, that was Carnival of Sins, yeah.
I guess I didn't see Crew Fest then. I know Caron, I think, did. But,
it was with Buck Cherry, 6 a.m.
No, I didn't see that. But, all right. Well, anyway, that's our ranking for Motley Crue here. But before we end, I'm trying to show you my friend Steff. Actually, I haven't seen him in a while here, so he actually brings me this here. It's a freaking Bible of Kiss compendium. Anyway, it's like a bunch of comics put together there. Psycho. I have a few of these comics there, but it's like I guess it's all the comics. So thank you.
No
So
problem.
it's fucking heavy. All right. On that note, guys, thank you for watching. You're more than welcome to join me again for any other bands if you want to. But if it's a collection ranking, you know my rule. I have to have the albums.
Okay.
So anyway, there's the invite again. So that was fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that too. And on that note, we'll thank you guys for watching once again. If you like this type of content, please tell your friends and click like and subscribe. And we shall see you. See, I'm all pretty fucking done.
Oh my god.
Have yourselves a good whatever, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Let's go, Jays.
Yes.